Hello and welcome back to Rin Studio Art. Today I'm going to do something just a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys some things that I got for Christmas. I'm going to do a little bit of a demonstration of some of these products, and we are going to have some fun using them also. So stay tuned if you've ever been interested in, like I was, Culture Hustle art supplies. So here's my video showing you how I experimented with so many things that came in this tin, as well as some things that I bought outside of the tin from Culture Hustle. This tin is fabulous, and I'm so excited to dig into it and really have some fun creating with the items that are in it. So let me show you a few of the different things that came in this tin. So this tin really came with a lot of fun stuff. Another thing that was in it is this little ornament, or as my friends across the pond in the UK, where Culture Hustle comes from, they call it baubles. I had this little bauble. I am going to use another thing that came in the gift tin that I'm crazy excited about, and that is Black 3.0. I am so excited. This is the blackest black. It is supposed to be wicked. I'm so excited. It's super matte, super black. Because of the nature of it, I am going to go ahead and use it on my bauble and see what it does. I might add like bright colors to it after it's black, but first it does say to shake well. It says, do not eat it, drink it, or get it in your eyes. Do not tattoo or paint your body, and do not apply to a hot surface. Do shake well before use. Do keep out of reach of kids and animals. Apply 2 thin coats on shiny surfaces. Allow to dry between layers. I actually watched a video on this, and you want to let it dry for at least 2 hours, but they prefer overnight. Overnight is better. Thin with up to 40% water to spray, so you can use it as a spray paint. Store at room temperature between 10 and 25 degrees Celsius. I think they said that's about 50 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. If you feel unwell, call a doctor and take this bottle with you. Wash brushes with water. It is non-toxic, so we're going to give it a really good shake. I'm going to use my test canvas here again as my palette. Going to squeeze a little bit out because it does say to use a thin layer. So here we go. I'm going to just apply a super thin layer to start. I'll let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow we'll come back to it. So I covered my bauble with the Black 3.0. I also took whatever leftover paint I had poured on the canvas and just kind of spread it out even. So I might add another layer to that too, just to see how dark it gets and how cool it'll look. I'm pretty excited about this Black 3.0. Alright, so it is the next morning. I've got my coffee. So the lighting is a little bit different because yesterday I was recording in the afternoon. This is morning. Sip of coffee, much needed. I have the first coat of the Black 3.0 on my little bauble here, and you'll notice, I don't know if it picks up much in the camera, but you'll notice these streakiness, and that's because I did not hang it up to dry. So I think I'm going to fix that this time. But I am just going to do that. And there we go. And now I got a way to hold it. And then I'm going to add a little bit here. It's probably a little too much because I've noticed a little bit does go a long way, and you kind of want thin layers. So now we're going to go ahead and coat it again. And again, I want it to be a thin layer. It's nice and thin. This is the Black 3.0, the second coat. It is fresh. Now this gets blacker and matter as it dries. So we're going to go ahead and let that dry overnight again. Another part of my experiment here is doing a piece of this canvas. So again, I did the first coat yesterday. So now we're going to spread this leftover out and do the second coat now. I'm going to spread it a little further so that it's almost like there's a first coat and a second coat on there. That way we can also see the difference. Also, I've got a whole lot of black. I probably used a little too much. To see more results, we're going to wait at least 2 hours and come back and see what happens. So I've now let our bauble dry for more than 24 hours. Not perfect, I do have some mishaps on there, but again, this is kind of an experiment. I'm not going to worry too much about it. But now I'm going to start seeing what happens when I start adding other things to it. The other thing I bought from Culture Hustle that I want to experiment with is their neon paints. I have neon blue. I bought neon pink, the pinkiest pink, neon yellow, and neon green, all from Culture Hustle. These are their potions, so they are the pre-mixed paints. They don't have any instructions on them, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a good shake. But I really want to see how these neon colors look over the black 3.0. So let's start with the blue. First time I'm using it, so take that piece off. Dip my brush in there because it's a clean, dry brush. All right. It's a pretty thick consistency. It's not fully opaque in the first layer, but it is nice and thick. And it looks really pretty. Got a lot of yellow on there. Let's just add some in there. Ooh, that is a bright yellow. Putting the green right next to the yellow. Definitely can see a difference. It's really pretty. I do have the pink in the powder form. This one is already all mixed up for us. I like that a lot. Goes on really smooth. Now, I am also curious to see the difference between this pink and the pink that I mixed up from the powder. So this is what I've mixed up from my powder. And put this right next to it. Oh, there is a difference. I don't know if you can see that difference in the camera. There's certainly a difference in the colors. And a bit in the thickness. If I add some of it over it, I think that would also mix really nicely. I have let all the paint dry on my bauble, and it looks really, really cool. I do love the way the neons and the bright colors turned out on this bauble. So this was a fun little experiment. I kind of love it. I might do more with this later, but for right now, that's how that turned out. These are the neon colors from Culture Hustle. What I did was I made the stripes going this way and this way just to see how all the colors combine. And they combine beautifully. The pink that I mixed from the powder is a little more crackly, which might be a function of myself and not knowing exactly how to do it. But each of the colors really blend well together, and I'm kind of loving it. And whenever I see this in my art room, it kind of glows in the light. It's kind of the definition of day glow, and I kind of love that. So that is all of that just painted on the white canvas board. Then I took a white canvas board and I painted it with black 3.0 and then put the neons over that. So again, you have going from the right side, yellow, green, blue, pink potion, and then the pink that I mixed up. Again, you can see them on the black. Obviously they're not as bright because of the super black background, but that could create kind of a neat effect. I am pretty happy with all of those paints. Now I will try and create something with all of these cool paints.